Hello, how you doing everyone? This is Crazy Velvet and I'm just gonna do a simple video to explain how the story of Battlefield 2042 how did it become this? Technically there's an entire history behind how 2042 the war in 2042 became and how we got there. How and literally in Battlefield for 2042 webpage, you have an entire segment that says how we got here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna read it entirely and bore you with the details. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a quick roundup of everything happened. So technically it starts in a decade of chaos, as they call it. A decade of chaos in 2031. So 10 years is all it took to bring the world to a brink of just disastrous, of collapsing economics, broken alliances, and the headlines keep rolling in, as they say. Now, it started first at October 9th in 2033. Hurricane Zeta, the world's first Category 6 storm. January 6th, 2034, global fuel shortages spark second Great Depression. So first you have the world first Category 6 storm. Then you have the second Great Depression, and then you have in August 8th, 2035, you have the European Union officially disbands following Germany's collapse. So technically, the entire European Union just dissembles into chaos and just goes into collapse after Germany collapses on its knees. Then you have this what is called the no-bats, the rise of the no-bats. So the no-bats are a left behind a group of displaced people that have band together into a ragtag fleets in search of safe harbor. All right, so there are families, farmers, doctors, engineers, soldiers. They were privileged. They had everything, but in a world full of chaos and just everything was destroyed. But they had everything one moment, and another moment they just lost everything. So they were forced together, and they had to survive. They were determined to survive. Now the media started to call them the non-patrioted. All right. So if patriots, they were non-patriots, as the media called them, because they had no country. They called themselves the No Bats, or just No Bats. Then you go to an entirely new era, what they called the new normal. So in 2037, humanity adapts the new normal. Revolutions in energy, energy, irrigation, hydraulic leaves, and seawall save costly cities. Yet so many like inventions and so on. However, with no way to find to get the 1.2 billion people, as they are known, the no-bats, to become a permanent fixture in all economics, military, and social policy, making many no-bats distrustful of the governments that exiled them. So even after the governments started making new innovations and everything, and trying to fix everything up, but there was 1.2 billion people, the no bats, still did not have faith in the government that exiled them. The governments that exiled them. And they refused to go back to these countries and serve them again. No bad leaders emerged with an inspiring new identity, unbound to former nationality, as they call it, drawing the line in the sand between the old world and the new normal, with the hashtag #WeAreNoBats. Now, after all this, The friction erupts between the US and Russia as the last two superpowers fight for the control of this fast changing world. And then it happens, the blackout of 2040. All of a sudden, space debris storm creates a Kessler effect, causing 70% of the all orbiting satellites to malfunction and crash to Earth. So the cause is unknown. They all crash to Earth. So the Kessler effect is, alright, this is a very old and known thing. And it's really dangerous. Actually, it's quite true. So the Kessler effect is, imagine if you have like all these hundreds of thousands of satellites, and once one satellite is destroyed, and then this satellite, the debris from this satellite will destroy the other, and then you have more debris and they'll destroy the others and the others, and then all the satellites will be destroyed. So there was this movie called Gravity in 2013 by Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. That is very much what the Kessler effect is. If you don't know what the Kessler effect is, watch the movie. You'll understand it. That what happens in the movie, the events that happens in the movie is the Kessler effect. And in 2040, according to the story of Battlefield 2042, this is what happens. So after this, after all the Kessler effect happens, subsequent blackout causes mass devastation. Planes crash, communications grid collapse, already jammed global supply chain come to a standstill. Prices of oil, grain, coal skyrocket. A world on the brink goes over the edge. No internet, no navigation, no surveillance, no storm forecasts. Geopolitical distrust surges overnight because no one can spy on each other. So in this case, you have Russia doesn't know what America is gonna do, and the US doesn't know what Russia is gonna do. And they both think the other is responsible for the blackout. While others suspect it was the no-bats were behind it, and accuse them of trying to sow anarchy. Everyone else, like the Russians accused the Americans, and the Americans accused the Russians, and the rest accused the no-bats because they wanted this to happen. The entire anarchy between these two superpowers. So, the former military and combat trained specialists amongst the no-bats rise up into armed task forces to defend themselves as tensions rise, which is expected. And then, the beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning, I'm not sure. The brink of war. A food and fuel shortages ignites a shadow war between the US and Russia. So it did not a war, not like, alright, I'm gonna fire everything I have from ballistic to nuclear weapons on you. No, it's more of a shadow war, meaning I'm gonna use someone else to fight for me, and you're gonna use someone else to fight me. Both sides field no-bat task forces as proxies in escalating conflict over resources, promising the refugees a piece of what's left. So they told the no-bats, fight for me, and I will give you a piece of land, I'll give you food, I'll make sure that you can stay here without any problems. And 2042 starts, open war is imminent. No-bats have no choice but to choose sides, fighting not for a flag, but for their future. Their war is your story. So pretty much this is like quite. I'm not. This is quite the story actually. It's not like, oh my god, it's so new. But it is kind of new. It is kind of like, it's a movie. I'm gonna give you something, man. This story, what's happened here, I gonna assure you, someone is gonna make a movie about this. Someone is gonna make a movie that depicts the events of this story talks about. They're gonna make a movie about it. I'm sure, man. I'm pretty sure about this. Wow, what a story. What a very. I honestly I liked it. Like, I'm really sad that there will not be a single player. Like, I'm hoping that Battlefield will figure out that they finally made a story that, god damn it, it's good. Like, it's good. It's a good fucking story. I wish they actually do something about it. I wish they make a move. I wish they make a single player about it. I have a feeling like if like so they I feel like they're gonna make a single player story about it, man. I don't think they're gonna leave it like this because this is such a good story. I mean, they got an entire page about the story. Yes, I get it. They're only gonna make a multiplayer, but I really wish they make a story, man. This is such a good story. Such a good story, like such a like I liked reading it. Like I read it more than once and I liked it. Like God, I want this to be a movie. I want this to be a TV show. A TV show of someone that became a nomad from 2031 going all the way to 2042 and the war and goes to an open war is imminent. Like God damn. I loved it. I loved it, man. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, this was Crazy Velvet. And honestly, this story was fucking crazy. Have a great day, everyone.